Welcome to the Going North podcast, where you will be informed, encouraged, and empowered to embrace your dreams and advance in life through authorship. I'm your host, best-selling author of the book Stay the Course, and certified leadership trainer, Dom Reitman. Be sure to check out the goods and services from every guest, as well as the host himself, yours truly. Now let the fun begin. And today on the Going North podcast, known as the Highlight Reel Builder for Authors, got to give a shout out to my man, Mr. MF, baby. That's right. No, it's not Megan Fettis, even though she's a fabulous guest from episode 280-something. We're talking about Michael Finkley and the Michael Finkley Show, baby, because he hooked me up with a fellow brother from the great state of South Kakalaki. That's what I'm talking about, South Kakalaki. For those who don't know what the heck Kakalaki is, I'm talking about South Carolina, baby. That's right. The Palmetto State, baby. And this wonderful guest right here is a facilitator and youth motivational speaker that has worked many years in many capacities with the youth for the past 15 years and counting. And this man himself has had a vision for many years to start an organization where it can bring the youth together and focus on them as individuals and not to be a statistic, because we've had enough of the darn statistics. They lie with statistics. So let's give it up for the fabulous CG himself, my man Chris Green. How you doing today, sir?
Yo, what's up? What's up? How things are going?
Oh, it's going north, baby. It's going north. And don't worry, it's going south today, too, since a man is in one of the deep south states, baby. That's what I'm talking about. The good south, man. The good south.
Yeah, we in deep south right here, South Cat.
Ah, yes, indeed. Where the catfish and the collard greens stay in the C category.
Listen, can't listen. Catfish, collard greens, and the cornbread. Can't forget about the cornbread.
Oh my, yeah, yes, cornbread, yes indeed, especially that moist cornbread. Oh man, oh forget the moist. Talk about the skillet corn. Oh my gosh, skillet cornbread. Oh my goodness, yes indeed, yes indeed. That's the real good food right there. If someone's listening to this in the morning, they'd be like, "Come on, man, I ain't eat breakfast yet. Stop it."
Gotta get that cornbread in, man. Gotta get that cornbread in.
Yes, indeed. But the good news is this ain't about some good cornbread. It's about the champ himself, Christopher Green himself, man. So mind filling in any cavities I missed in the intro about you, man?
No, I think you did pretty good. I think one thing you didn't mention, I am the founder and executive director of a nonprofit organization called Open Mind Mentoring, where I work with the mind and behavior of youth in our community. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. Just been reaching out to our young people around the county, around the city, where we provide mentoring, tutoring, youth development, and youth training, where we help our young people look for employment as well as college and anything that they want to do in the future.
That's what I'm talking about. What led to the name Open Mind Mentoring, man? Because like mentoring, it's like, yeah, that's right. It's a mentor, man. And it's like there's never really a name in front of it. What led to that name in particular?
Well, so I was working with the organization right before Open My Mentoring called Young World Orangeburg, and what we started was just start doing like a mentoring organization, just to help the young people out from maybe 8 years old to 18. And I was like, I just needed to kind of branch out and do my own thing with Open Mind. So I was just sitting down one day, just brainstorming and trying to figure out how I want to, what name my organization. And I was like, you know what? Open mind mentoring. Hmm. Sounds pretty good because working with young people, you have to be open minded. You have to be able to accept any and everything that they bring to us. And especially now today's youth, we can't be closed minded because they deal with so many things from identity crisis to being accepted to low self esteem to depression, all these different things how young people dealing with. So open mind mentoring came about when we want to be able to, deal with our young people from every aspect of their lives. So yeah, that's where open mind came from, and we've been rolling and running from there since then.
Heck yeah, man. You drop something so true is that when working with the youth, you got to have an open mind, which is so true because
Yes.
nowadays, even before the pandemic, like cyberbullying, like back in the day, bullying's like, oh, if you're getting bullied, well, then you punch the bully and make sure you fight back and show that you had some fight in them. If you
Mhm.
lost, but at least you stood up to him, that was it. And y'all probably became best buds afterwards.
Right,
Nowadays, it's
right.
like social media and everything, it's like the bullying goes home with you. And then on top of that, with this pandemic, that probably added so much other nonsense on top of it, man. So you're so right, man.
Mhm. Absolutely, man. And you talking about bullying, we've done sessions on bullying, and there's so many different types of bullying right now, from cyberbullying to social media to face, man. And you got people who bully each other in families and on their job, and so many different things when it come down to bullying. And when we deal with our young people, when it come down to bullying, we make sure that we listen, and help them find a solution to those bullies. And then we also reach out to the ones who's bullying and talk to them and figure out why they're bullying those other kids. So man, it's been crazy, and I think that with this pandemic, you're right. Cyberbullying is on a rise now. They can't bully each other face to face now, so they do a lot of cyberbullying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Indeed. So, how have you been able to adapt in 2020 and beyond with this whole pandemic? Because that opened a whole different can of worms. Because like the youth today, they go through so much as it is. It's like
Oh
with
yeah.
the
Oh yes.
pandemics. What have you been noticing now? You've been able to adapt with the times with this pandemic that kind of turned things upside down.
Man, if we dealing with our young people, I've been noticing a lot of young people are dealing with depression, you know, depression of not being able to get out and hang out with their friends like they used to, being in school and not being able to um, have that hands-on with their teachers like they used to. And it's been very difficult within their education and within their social life, man, because oof, these kids not able to get the tools that they need to be successful, in school, and then also they're not able to get out there and mix and mingle with their friends like they used to. So their social skills has been like lacking now because of that, and depression is on the rise among our young people.
Yeah, you could say that again, and that it heck even like people period with the depression because it's like
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mentioned young people because, that's what I kind of focus on a lot is our young people. But when you look at adults, man, and parents, man, I'm telling you, depression is sitting in like crazy with our parents as well because, you have to deal with the fact that they can't go to work like they used to because they don't have anybody to stay home to watch their children. Then they have to sit home all day and watch their children. And, sometimes the kids kind of get on their nerves a little bit. So depression, man, has been crazy among everybody. Just trying to adjust with this pandemic, man. And honestly, there is no adjustment. It's almost like we kind of scared for our lives, 'Cause it's like, this pandemic is going around, and who knows who going to get it next. So it's been crazy, bro.
oh yeah, it's definitely been crazy. It's like man, like the old saying is like people be looking at me like I got three heads, but everybody looking at each other like, man, you got five heads and the snake coming out of your chest, man. What's going on? Like
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely, man. It's been crazy. Ooh, Jesus.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, what's probably been the major thing that you probably been telling the youth so far with helping them to like cope with everything that's going on since this is new territory for probably 99% of the globe right now?
Yeah, I know, right? It's been so. Some of the things I've been telling our young people is find an outlet. Find something that you enjoy doing. Playing video games all day is going to get boring, tired. Read a book, talk to family members. Just go outside around the house and get some fresh air. some things that they can possibly do besides just sitting in the house all day. So we just been trying to encourage them to, stay focused and, talk when they're feeling down or they're feeling some type of way, just have an outlet. And that's the biggest thing. Even as us as an adult, we gotta find an outlet, man. Because we don't have an outlet, we gonna lose it too. So so the biggest thing is just finding something that you enjoy doing without actually going out to parties or big gatherings or something. It's always something else that you can do to have fun without being around a whole bunch of people.
Heck yeah, I can say that again. It's so true. It's like you got to find out an outlet right there. Even if you inside, you need to get out mentally.
Yeah,
Like,
that absolutely. Yeah, get some air, step outside. If you got a basketball and a basketball goal in your yard, play some basketball, or get a bike and ride down the road in a bike, or something. It's something you can do to kind of get your mind off a lot of stuff. You know, exercise, read. It's so many different things, man, that they can do to kind of get their mind off of all of the things that we're dealing with in the world.
heck yeah, you can say that again. Definitely can say that again. So,
Mhm.
speaking of outlets, you published a book back in April of 2020 as well. So, it looked like you were able to get first crack and really take that time and use it for your good, man. So,
Yes,
what led to
sir.
that, dude?
Yes, sir. So with my organization, Open Mind Mentoring, I deal with a plethora of young men from that deals with so many different issues in their lives, from low self-esteem to again depression to having ADHD or some type of disability in school, living with both parents and having issues with the father in the home, or living with the single parent and having issue with the mom. And then also, I was able to interview some moms and just talk to them about their struggles with their boys and what are some things that they had to encounter, being a single mom and having teenage boys. So this book basically talk about the triumph and the young men who deal with triumph and adversity in their lives. From again try to adjust in school and try to do schoolwork, but having anger problem, living home with their parents and not having that relationship with their dad, and the young man and their dad going to um, issues and fights and different things like that, where it caused the young man to go to drugs, or alcohol or different things. So man, what inspired me to do this book is just my experience dealing with a lot of these young men in my community, because I wanted some other young male and parents to see that the boys that they dealing with or these young men are not alone with these issues that they have. After reading it, you'll see that so many different people have so many different issues, and some of these young men can pretty much relate to what this book is actually talking about and how they overcome some adversities that they've been dealing with in their lives. One of the things that I've also been looking at with when I wrote the book is the struggles that our mom are dealing with when they come down to their sons. Because believe it or not, man, these single mom, try to be the mama and the daddy and struggling, but in reality, they can only be the mama, and because the boys are lacking that man figure in a home, which causes them to act out and do different things in school or get involved with some things that they're not supposed to get involved with, different things like that. Um, so that pretty much inspired me, man, because I wanted other young men and parents to see that the struggle that they are dealing with are not struggles that they're alone. Struggles that they're dealing with, struggles that's normal that a lot of our young men are dealing with on a daily basis.
Yes, sir. Indeed, you can say that again. And folks have been needing more role models now than ever, especially,
Absolutely.
yeah, especially the young men nowadays, because it's kind of like the epidemic or the pandemic
Mhm.
before. the pandemic of like single parent households.
Mhm.
It can be done. There's plenty of examples of folks who were raised by a single parent, most likely single mom, and they were able to make their life a success. But like raising children, like the classic proverb, the African proverb, like it takes a village to raise a
Right,
child,
absolutely. Yeah.
and like even though the parent may have like friends or family that may babysit once in a while, it's like that you still are going to need that second
Mhm.
parent to make it a lot easier, even though it's still a difficult task, and just really trying to at least get those extra touches in a way so that way they can have that example, that role model in front of them, man. So definitely got to commend you for that and taking and putting some of that into book form for people.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I certainly appreciate that. I just think it's very important that we not only mentor, but also see the needs of our young men. And that's the biggest thing that I'm working with now. It's just identifying some of the needs that our young men are dealing with on a daily basis.
Yes, sir, indeed. So since my man's been mentoring so many other great people, who are at least two or three mentors that have really helped you to get to where you are today?
So there was a guy in when I was in college, mentored me. Actually, that was the first person I ever considered to be a mentor. His name is Daryl, and Daryl really took the time out to understand me and understand my needs and my struggles and where I am in school because there was a lot of things I was trying to adjust from coming from home, being sheltered pretty much all my life, going out on my own. It has been almost like a shocker to me, man. So my mentor pretty much took me in and pretty helped me out a lot in terms of what life looked like and what my goals look like, what my values look like, and where I should be at in my education and where I should go, where I should start planning for my future, different things like that. So that really helped me out a lot. So he was the very first person that became a mentor to me, and from him, he allowed me to want to pay it forward after I graduated college to want to do the same thing in my community. So instead of me mentoring one person, man, I pretty much mentored a village of young men in the community, and that really he really inspired me a lot to want to pay it forward. So let's see. I will probably say my pastor could be, a good mentor, and I really can't think of anybody else right now.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good because that's the gift of mentorship. It's like we all have mentors in a way, whether they were the wonderful humans that we had in our lives, or even like a book or just a role model you may have seen or have heard multiple times, even from a distance, to be able to help us to be able to mentor others. So it's always great to shout those people out. So glad you gave
Oh
them
yeah,
two great folks a shout out because they definitely need it indeed and help them to keep pushing so my man himself can keep on pushing too.
absolutely, absolutely, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, indeed. So to be a great mentor, you're probably going to need some qualities. So what, from your experience, what do you think are the three good qualities of a great mentor?
And the three great qualities I would think to be a good mentor. Number one would be patient. You have to have patience um, with these young people that we're dealing with today, because you don't have patience, man, you're gonna choke somebody, kid.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, so patient, man, is number one. Number two, I would say understanding, because you definitely have to understand where the kid is coming from in order for you to become a mentor. You have to be able to feel them out and figure out where they are and where they want to go and stuff. So understanding, will be a second one. And then the third one to be, a great mentor to me will probably be just having an open mind. You definitely have to have an open mind to deal with our youth today. You can't just walk up in there and think that you're going to mentor a kid who's, as I mentioned before, who may have identity crisis, who may want to be, have like um, trying to identify who they are and what they want to be and stuff. So you definitely have to have an open mind to know what's going to help these young people out and what's going to lead them to be successful in life.
Solid list right there. Solid list. Funny enough, the patience thing and just the reminder of, hey, making sure you don't go in half cocked when think you're just gonna mentor some random kid, especially if they had identity crisis issues. A past guest, Chip Baker, he actually shared a story about one kid that took him a while to open up to. Like a kid with it took the kid a long time to open up to him because he was a teacher and he
Mhm.
had and growing up, Chip, he had a sports background too. And he was like, man, I'm a competitive dude. Like, all right, let's go get it. And that's like his main thing, like go get it. And every day he would be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And then after a few weeks, the kid would eventually would respond, hey, hello, he'd wave hi. And then eventually, when a lot of the other teachers thought the same kid that Chip was reaching out to had behavioral issues, he ended up wanting to talk to Mr. Chip himself, and were able to get a great student teacher relationship going because he opened up to him and he kept
Right.
really just planting those seeds and watering those seeds and staying persistent and having that patience of focusing on the payoff instead of the present. So it's so true, man. You gotta have patience, man. You can't be choking out kids, man. You can't go Homer Simpson on Bart Simpson out here. That ain't gonna work. You're gonna be in prison, man.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can't do that, man. So yeah, patient. Oh, I'm telling you, man. Over the years, me working with these young men, I've learned patience, bro. Like I've had to gain it every day, every moment, and every hour. I'm dealing with somebody kid. Because, like you say, Homer Simpson. Oh, Bart would have gotten it already. But yeah, I truly enjoy what I do. I've been doing this, over, man, over 20 plus years. But my organization has been in effect over 10 years now. But, dealing with young people from all walks of life, all ages, it really kind of give me some, it just make me feel really good to know that I've helped somebody move forward in life and become successful. So that's the biggest thing that gives me joy and gives me the pleasure to know that some young man is not on the streets selling drugs or on the streets trying to kill somebody, but actually working a full-time job, taking care of themselves and their family, um, in college and try to, graduate and find a job and become successful, or in high school, looking forward to graduating high school to go to college. So man, that just doing what I do, man, it just really just excite me a lot because I know that some young men is dependent on me. And this is one of the things that I made a post by one time before is somebody out there is depending on you for them to be successful. And, and believe it or not, somebody's always watching you. You may not have to say anything, but what you do, as the old folks would say, may the life you live speak for you. And what you do, you can inspire somebody else to be great just by your life.
You could say that again, indeed. You could say that again, indeed. Heck, my mom still loves that. That's probably one of her favorite songs right there. Let the work I've done speak for me.
Speak for me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, they sing that down here all the time, man. Um, but that, and I mean, that's what I live by, man. The work that you do, it's gonna speak. Cause when you gone from this world, man, they're gonna always hold down what you've done for them. And there was a little saying, people don't care what you do, but they care about what you say or something like that. I forgot how that little cliche thing goes. but people, they often, um, what you do to for them or what you say to them, man, will pretty much leave an impact, a lifelong impact on their lives when you're gone.
Oh yeah, there we go. Leave that lasting legacy, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Yes,
Absolutely.
indeed. That's right. Lasting longer than 50 Energizer bunnies. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, just looking at Sister Tyson's life, man. She lived 96, man. She's what you call a legacy. She's what you call someone that have paved the way for so many of us to go after our dreams and go after our vision. In spite of how hard things are in life, um, persevere through it. And you may not get that breakthrough now, but eventually, the more you work and the harder you work, somebody see you and they will be knocking on your door to want to offer an opportunity of a lifetime, man. So yeah, she really has inspired so many of us to just move forward towards greatness, man. And I appreciate her life that she lived for us to mimic what she's done in life.
Heck yeah, man. You can say that again, indeed. Could definitely say that again, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. So, since it's far from your first rodeo, is there a question that you wish you'd be asked more often when you're being on the interview side of the game on these podcasts?
um, you know, I don't know. I've usually gotten a lot of different questions to ask, like what inspired me to do this, how long I've been working with young people, um, what's in the books that stand out the most, so I really wouldn't, I don't know what other questions that I would want somebody to ask me, but I'm willing to answer any questions that they will ask, pertaining to the book and pertaining to my organization. So, I'm kind of prepared for all of that.
There you go, folks. He's got the cupcakes ready, man. He's got the cupcakes ready, baby.
Exactly. Absolutely.
That's right. They could be cornbread cupcakes.
Cornbread. Man, what you talking about? Cornbread and some syrup and honey? Oh, Jesus. You don't know about that. You don't know about that.
Oh, man. Yes, indeed. Yes,
Straight
indeed.
country. Straight country, man. Love the country.
Oh my goodness, yes indeed. Woohoo! Well, we're coming down to the magical question that every guest gets to receive, and that is if you're to wake up tomorrow and you're 25 again, but this time in the current year, with all of your knowledge and experience, what advice would you give to yourself?
Man, the advice I would give to myself is do it over again. Now, I think the advice that I will probably give to myself is to take life, don't take life for granted, and just take one step at a time, and look deep down in yourself and see exactly what do you want to do and where you want to go in life, and don't move too fast. No, I think that will probably be the biggest advice I would tell myself is do not move too fast. Just sit back, pray about it, and make the right decisions.
Woo! Solid advice, baby, right there. Rock solid advice indeed. Yes, indeed. Sometimes you just need to take it slow, you just got to take it slow. You don't have to be Speedy Gonzalez all day because that gets tiring, to
Absolutely.
be honest.
Oh yeah, man. Take it easy. Take it one day at a time, man. And I often tell my young people because they often say, "I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to." Man, listen, it's gonna happen. Just wait and let time, let it work out itself. But in the meantime, you work towards your goals to get there. So yeah, don't move too fast, man. Wait until the opportunity presents itself.
Whoo, yes, sir, indeed. Yes, sir, indeed. So, for those who don't want to wait any longer and check out all your wonderful wares, what's the best way for reach out to the champ himself, Chris?
You can reach me on my website, www.openmind-mentoring.org. You can reach me, and then also we do have a Facebook page, Open Mind Mentoring, on Facebook. You can catch us on Facebook as well.
Well, there you have it, folks. Head over to my man's wonderful site, openmindmentoring.org. Check out my man's wonderful book, Mentoring at its Best, baby. Buy some copies. Tell your friends about it. Tell your cat and your dog about it. Put a banana next to the book once you buy it, too, and tell the banana about the book as well. And support my man who's doing a great work for the youth and beyond, baby, with that open mind indeed, so they can absorb some good stuff because folks are going to be needing it, especially now more than ever.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir.
Woohoo! My pleasure indeed. So, any closing thoughts before I close up shop?
Oh man, I just want to just thank you for this opportunity, man. It's been certainly a great conversation to have. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
How's it going, my friend? I'm glad you made it to the end. That shows that you really enjoyed what you heard and you are an uncommon finisher. Thanks for giving this show a listen. If you really want to help out the show, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with someone that you care about or someone that needs to hear this message because we want to spread this podcast around like butter on bread if that's your type of thing. And if it's not your type of thing, still spread it around anyway because good stuff needs to be shared with good people like yourself.